Just imagine, what would happen if a narrow sea passage, only 30 miles wide, suddenly became blocked? Oil prices around the world would skyrocket. Factories would grind to a halt. Ships would be stranded at sea. And even the strongest economies could be severely impacted. This is not a story. This is reality. And that reality is called the Strait of Hormuz. Around 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, and nearly 80% of global trade moves through these oceans. Thousands of ships are constantly transporting goods from one country to another. But within this vast maritime network, there are narrow passages that every ship must pass through. These are known as choke points. If even one of these routes is blocked, the global economy can suffer a massive shock. A clear example is the Suez Canal, where a cargo ship got stuck in 2021 for just a few days, causing billions of dollars in losses. There are other important routes as well, such as the Panama Canal, the Strait of Gibraltar, and the Strait of Malacca, but none are as critical and sensitive as the Strait of Hormuz. This passage connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman, and it is the primary route through which oil from Gulf countries reaches the rest of the world. Countries such as Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman lie along the Persian Gulf. Together they hold nearly 50% of the world's oil reserves, along with vast natural gas resources. That is why a significant portion of global energy supply depends on this single route. Major economies like China, Japan, India, USA, and South Korea rely heavily on this passage for their energy needs. This is why the Strait of Hormuz is often referred to as the lifeline of the global economy. The situation has become even more serious recently. Following reports of strikes involving the United States and Israel against Iran, the importance of this passage has increased dramatically. Currently, the Strait of Hormuz is under full Iranian control. Any commercial vessel attempting to cross without authorization has been targeted, and several oil tankers attempting to pass have faced severe damage. To make matters worse, naval mines have been deployed beneath the waters, increasing the danger even further. This uncertainty has had an immediate impact on global markets. Oil and gas prices have surged, and the cost of everyday goods has risen as well. When energy becomes expensive, everything else follows. In addition to its role as a critical energy route, the Strait of Hormuz also holds immense strategic military significance. Its narrow width, sometimes just 21 nautical miles at the tightest point, makes it one of the most easily monitored and defended maritime passages in the world. Any naval presence here can effectively control the movement of thousands of commercial ships daily. Iran, aware of this advantage, has stationed sophisticated military assets, including fast attack boats, anti-ship missiles, and surveillance systems throughout the region. This gives them the ability to quickly respond to any foreign military activity. At the same time, the proximity of multiple Gulf states and international shipping lanes means that even a minor conflict or miscalculation can escalate rapidly, with potential consequences not only for regional security, but for global trade and energy stability. Analysts worldwide constantly monitor this choke point, because even temporary disruptions can ripple through economies in Asia, Europe, and beyond, impacting everything from gasoline prices to the availability of essential goods. On one side, the United States, as a global superpower, is working to ensure that this route remains open. On the other, Iran is maintaining its strategic control, making the situation extremely tense. This standoff has brought the world to a critical point, where even a small decision can have massive global consequences. If this situation continues for several months, major economies could weaken, severe oil shortages could emerge, and inflation and poverty could rise in many parts of the world. The impact would not be limited to economies. It would directly affect the daily lives of people worldwide. The reality is that the Strait of Hormuz is not just a sea route. It is one of the most critical pressure points of the global economy. Any change here has the power to affect the entire world. That is why the eyes of the world remain fixed on this small stretch of water, because a single decision here can change the fate of the world. But what is the solution? The simplest and most effective solution is de-escalation. As a global superpower, the United States should work to reduce tensions in the region, taking into account the potentially dangerous intentions of Israel, and strive to improve the situation through diplomacy and dialogue with all parties involved. At the same time, global powers can create international agreements to ensure the safe passage of commercial ships, so trade is not disrupted. In the long term, countries can reduce dependence on a single choke point by investing in alternative energy sources, pipelines, and diversified trade routes, so that the world is not reliant on just one narrow passage. Because in the end, the safety of this small waterway does not just protect oil shipments. It protects the balance of the entire global economy,